In front of the camera today, I have every color iteration of this brand new release from Zodiac. This is the Super Sea Wolf Ceramic. We have it in orange, we have it in blue, and we have it in green or watermelon. It's a really cool shade of green. And if I had to pick just one, I think my favorite would be the watermelon, but the orange is a close second. And this blue is deceptive. I don't want to come across as saying that this is not exciting because it's difficult to capture the true color of the dial. In some lights, it's more, I don't know, it kind of looks black or navy. And then when you hit it just right with the sun, you see this teal color. It's a very dark teal color. It's a very cool look. Now, before I jump into the positives, the negatives, let me first just say I will be doing separate videos on each colorway over the next month or two, but this one is just an overview. This watch was just released less than 2 weeks ago, and I'd like to thank Exquisite Timepieces, a family-owned brick-and-mortar authorized dealer, an authorized dealer for Zodiac based in Florida, for lending these in for review. A link to their site will be in the description of this video. Now let's talk about the positives. I'll place the dimensions here on the screen. I'll place some of the specifications and the retail price. This has a steel core with a ceramic outer case. The ceramic is also found on the crown, and the bezel is done in ceramic, but the case back is stainless steel. The buckle in this very supple tropic style rubber strap is done in stainless steel. So when you look at this, it looks like ceramic, but there is still quite a bit of stainless steel at play, and I think that's a good thing. You look at the Super Sea Wolf, and the design goes back decades, but this, being a vintage design, it doesn't feel like a vintage watch. This feels very much like a contemporary, bold, flavorful summer piece that is ideally suited to be worn in sport activities and kind of garner some attention and show off some style. So I think that's a good draw. Each of these watches will be certified a chronometer, which is, I think, a very positive thing for a sub $2,000 priced watch. This will have an STP 1-11 movement within, with a no date execution, no ghost date position in the crown, and STP stands for Swiss Technology Production. Essentially, it's a Solita clone with 26 joules and a 44-hour power reserve. Now let's do the Lume shot. We have two different executions of Lume. One is a standard super luminova, good potency, good longevity. I like the white tone in natural light. And I will also note that in natural light, it's dimensional. It's not just flat printed on the dial. So that's a nice detail. But the blue dial execution carries BGW9, which I think is a good choice for this blue dial. And I will mention that the blue, it's pretty deceptive because in most lights, it looks black. But in other lights, you really see this very vibrant, dark teal color that you just don't see from other brands. So I think there is some definite individuality with each one of the color executions. And my favorite is the watermelon, but I really like the orange one. I really like this blue one. And let me know what you think about this. I think it's fun to pick your favorite, but there is some strength as well if you were to collect each one of the color iterations because they're also different from each other. Although they share the same case, the same white ceramic, but the combination of the dial, the hand, the printing, and the strap variances really make these feel like very separate watches. So I think there will be collectors that will want every single color, and I don't blame you. Now let's go to the tactile action of the bezel. I would say the bezel is average for the price. It's not class leading, but it is certainly not disappointing. Nice and loud, snappy, and just a touch amount of backplay. I'm satisfied with the bezel action. Now I'll close this out by giving you some wrist shots, some wrist rolls of all the different colors, and then talk about areas for improvement. So for reference, my wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference, and I will say that these watches wear thinner than the nominal dimension would indicate. So I actually think this is a very comfortable piece. It should be a good universal size for most wrist lengths out there. One of the complaints I normally have with watches, especially sports pieces, is the lack of anti-reflective treatments. But I have to say that Zodiac has done an above average job. There is certainly some light play. There is certainly some reflections here with these sapphire crystals. But on the whole, I'm satisfied with how Zodiac has minimized reflections and increased clarity with this highly scratch resistant crystal material. The only thing that I've noticed in my time with these watches that I would like to see improved is it's difficult to grip these ceramic capped crowns, at least with my fingers, and the thread down action, it's a little bit fussy, a little bit temperamental, at least in my experience comparing it to other watches that are sub $2,000. Certainly not a deal breaker, but something I think is worth mentioning for those of you considering picking up one of these really flavorful, just really bold watches from Zodiac. I like what I see. I'm looking forward to doing individual reviews for each color iteration. Let me know which color speaks to you the most. Let me know if you have any specific questions. Please like this video if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to the channel for more watch content just like this. Let's try to wait for these fireworks to subside, because I'm sure you can hear it. Today is actually Pioneer Day that I'm filming this, or the night before. It's a Utah holiday. It's kind of weird.